This will be episode 10, and unfortunately it's been a long time since I recorded my last video, so I'm going to have to readjust a little bit. Life has been getting in the way, things have just been a little bit off and different lately. So we're just going to continue, because lately I have really been in the mood to play Anno 1800 again. And we have also Season 2 that came out in the meantime, that I also bought, and today is actually the release of the last part, or the last DLC of the Season Pass, called Land of Lions. Now that will release later today, and I really want to get there, because then we're going to Africa, which seems really cool. Meanwhile though, we have another addition from Season 2, which helps out with farming. So, as the newspaper now tells us, silos, key to animal husbandry, agribusinesses to take the spotlight, animal farms all around the world class silos as an essential. Using smart distribution systems, fodder is stocked and easily fed to livestock, turning grazing into a faster process. We cannot wait to see what 6 farms can achieve with the help of silos. So that's something that is entirely new, and we can check that out immediately. Essentially, we have these pig farms and we have the sheep farms, and what we can now do is we can build a silo. And we can attach that to the farm. Now it needs to be attached directly, so we cannot actually add it to this one because it's blocked in by roads. So unless we delete some of these roads, well, actually no, that's because it needs 2 tiles. But anyway, we can add those to a farm, and then they need to be filled with grain. Now when you fill them with grain, the production level of these buildings goes up and up. Now, of course, you do need more grain farms to handle that, but you need fewer pig farms as a result. Alright, so let us have a look. I don't remember exactly all the things that I was doing. We do have the New World, I remember that much. We did not go to this area over here. We have also got access to the Arctic, which we also haven't gotten to yet because we need a higher population tier. We have 2 islands by the looks of it. That is good. And what about expeditions? No expeditions are ongoing. We only have a few small ships, and I guess my other ship is here in the New World. Yes, indeed it is. And we have a resident who wants to have 14 tons of alpaca wool. But where? Doesn't quite say. Do we want it on this island? Or on this island? At any rate, what is the reward? An item. Alright, so that would be pretty useful to have. And of course we also have, what is that? This is the Imperial Command ship, alright, and we have a clipper with some materials. So we can unload these, and as a result now we should be able to build a cannon tower. Very nice. Right, so we will build that at the corner there, so that it can completely encompass this area in between our islands. And do we have one over here? Doesn't seem like it. So that is another area where we will want some of them. How many do we have left? 1. Alright. So this one can go back to the old world for now.
New orders?
The little bastion, we can add that to an expedition if we so want it. But for now, let us have a look at what all of our people want. So these people over here, they have everything they want, so that is good.
It's the small things in life.
These people want a boxing arena, so we actually have the capability to give it to them. Let's just build one right here. And then we will drag out a little road, like so. And that gives them another bit of happiness, and that will also they will provide us with more coins, plus 2 coins for every house affected by the boxing arena. I didn't see by how much this went up, but it went up a bit, I assume. But maybe for now it's costing us more. We'll see. Anyway, they want to have coffee, so that is something that we will have to fix. We can actually build that on this island. Meanwhile, in the old world, in our main city. What do we have?
I feel naught but a ragged joy.
Alright, so it seems that they have, for now, got everything that they want.
It is done?
Oh. And our quest.
You never let me
Let's see,
down.
loading speed plus 15%, equipped in ships. That is nice. That is something we will want to add onto one of our ships that are transporting the rum between the old world and the new world. And that reminds me, now that these people have everything, let's focus on the coffee in the new world, I suppose. As for trade routes, beef and red peppers, hops and... yeah, okay, so we got rum. But they only go between the old world and the new world. Alright, so that is something that we will have to adjust. So we have sugarcane over here, no sugarcane over here. So the rum is being made on this island. This island is also being supplied with that rum. For now, it's stable. These people do not want to have coffee yet, do they? No. We need 160 people more before they want it. Alright. So, coffee then. We did drag out a road over here, and let's have a look. Yeah. Alright, so we have a clay deposit. I don't see anything else of interest in this area except... oh, we have a gold deposit over here. That is good to know. We have another gold deposit. But for coffee, we need a coffee plantation and a coffee roaster. Now, to have the people working on that, we need 150 obreros. We have 22 right now, so that means we need to upgrade. We only need 10 people to run a farm. This produces every 30 seconds, this every minute. So we need 2 coffee plantations for 1 coffee roaster. And this basically means we have to do some upgrading. Alright, let's drag some of these houses. We still have 60 farmers, so that is good. We'll and there we go. New buildings have also been unlocked at this point. And we can make fuel now. This is new. This is something that we could not make without this DLC. I haven't made this myself yet, because lately I've been playing online with one of my friends. And he did not have this season pass, so he doesn't have access to fuel.
Raised a settlement.
All right, we'll check that out in a well, actually, yeah, we can check it out later. For now, though, we have what we need to build coffee, except, well, we need some timber. Are we making timber? Yes, we are. All right, so we need 15 tons of timber. We might have to wait a little while before we have all the materials, or let us just grab some of that. Well, that's maybe a bit much. Or, well, we're not going to build anything here for now, and they have a timber factory.
Sails!
So we're going to sail over so that we can start working on coffee. We'll make it over in this area, I guess. Or maybe over here. Coffee is a pretty finite... like, we don't need that much of it, so I'm thinking we'll just add one of those farms over here. Drag a little road over to the main road, and then the coffee fields will be dragged out into the back over here. Fill that up completely, and now we have 139 out of 168. We need a lot of fields for this. And there we go, 168. However, we need 2. Now we actually might have to be a bit creative over here. Hear me out. So let us like, all of these fields need to be connected. But I also want to be able to go from one side to the other side here with the fields. I had a plan in my mind to make this work, and now I'm thinking I probably can't. Unless actually we have to readjust this plan a little bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted to destroy, but
where to?
essentially I need 2 of them, and I would like this area to fill them up. But all of the fields belonging to one farm needs to be connected to the actual farm. So if I had it the way I did, things would not have worked out, because I wouldn't have been able to connect another farm. So let us see how far this gets me. Put all of this to one side as much as possible. That's 165. Free. No warehouse in range. Yeah, that is something we need to fix as well. Let's put a warehouse. We need 10 for that, so that's another
flagship at your service.
Load on our wood, but now we have enough to build what we need. Alright, so blueprint mode. Let us have another coffee plantation. And with this one, we are going to drag it out into the back as we had previously planned. And now we can drag another 68 parts of fields out in this direction. There we go. Looks a bit weird, but it's efficient use of space, pretty much. And now the coffee roaster. Oh, it doesn't quite fit there, but we have this relocate tool. We can drag it over by one space, and that might actually be enough. And indeed it is. Alright. So, coffee is now being made. And let's have a look. A ship has returned.
Good and ready.
The Toto. Alright, so this is the clipper that we had. And actually at this point, we might want to set up a trade route for rum, because our people do seem to have it. But it's not being delivered constantly. And the clipper will be extremely useful for that. But,
a fire broke out.
Ooh, we have a fire over here. That is not good. We have a fire station somewhere, I'm sure. Way over there. Alright. My mistake. Where do we want to place one? We can place one right there. But unfortunately though, it needs some training time before we can send out the firefighters, and these ones will probably not reach. No, it will not. I cannot mobilize anyone, so these guys are not going to do anything. That fire is going to go out of control for a little bit. That is really unfortunate. Now we're down to minus 84 workers. We need to upgrade some of these farmhouses, because we have almost 500 farmers. We don't need that much. So let us temporarily fix our our problem, our worker problem. Alright, so now let's have a look. We haven't made any more weapons, so that's unfortunate. We need a few tons of windows, but not too much, I think. We need some steel beams in the new world, some bricks. Planks are being made, so I'm not too worried about that. What about items? We have the old pirate hat we could sell. A fool, provided needs. Oh, interesting. And a jaguar. No, no items are going to go over to the new world. Let us send this ship back to the new world. Then we will add the item that we had over there for the one quest that we did. So it will become a bit faster, and then we will make our rum trade route. Now we still cannot make clippers. I would really like to be able to do that. Alright, these guys are trained, but now at the same time I still cannot mobilize, because there's a cooldown for that as well. That kind of sucks. Meanwhile, the pub is on fire. All of these people are starting to move out because they want to have access to the pub, and I cannot give it to them. Yeah, alright. That's going to sort itself out in just a bit, hopefully, and if not, we'll have some ruins to rebuild. Let's have a look. These guys are slowly getting coffee. We're getting very close to them wanting to have bowler hats as well. Eventually they're going to want sewing machines, but... oh, and they're going to want to have beer as well. But I think for now, we're going to ignore the obreras and leave them where they are. They get coffee, so they have everything they need to be happy for now.
Flagship ready for orders.
Maybe let's go on an expedition. We have a zoological expedition.
Don't come with doubts.
And we could get some animals for a zoo. We have the little bastion. Its morale is pretty high, so that is very good. We have a mate who gives us a bonus in navigation and force. However, they need rations, they want something for hunting, and they want something for diplomacy. Now, let's have a look. There's not many things that give us hunting, I think. Beer might give us diplomacy, but we don't have beer here. Force from coffee, interesting. What about items? We have 2 of these. Gives us a bit of diplomacy. And we have 2 of them. So we might load 1 in there. It's a very small bonus, however. It's not going to do very much for us. We need some rations, so let's give it 20 tons. And then we need something for hunting, but really there's nothing here, I think. That gives us access to hunting. We have some medicine. There are some things that give us hunting, but they're all in the old world, I think. Crafting. Nothing too amazing that will help us out here, but you know what? Let's just take some timber. Just because we can. Maybe it's going to be helpful in some situation. Maybe it can substitute for hunting. I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, let's go out of it. Or out of it, let's go for it. Meanwhile, we have 74 tons of rum. We definitely have enough to create the trade route. And over here, the rum is a little bit stable. Maybe we could update this trade route to say, instead of 3,
The city has grown uglier.
we'll do 4 tons. And we'll unload everything in the hold. Accept, continue. Now the hops and the beef and red peppers should sort itself out. Now it's just waiting for our clipper to come back. It's going to take a little while because it has a lot of materials in the hold, so it's a bit slower. But then let us focus on, yeah, alright, so let's mobilize a few more people because we have a lot of ruins. It's pretty easy to rebuild, but we cannot do it while a fire is in the vicinity. Alright, what else did we need? They want to have furs eventually, they want to have a university. They're getting rum. I wonder, where did they get the rum from? I don't remember that. And how much rum do we have? We have 1 ton of rum still left. After that, when the rum is gone, our taxes are going to plummet. Because we get plus 16 coins for rum from all of these houses. That is a lot. So we definitely need access to that rum from the New World. Meanwhile, we have a resident quest.
You're busy, but I've a favor to
I once had a
ask.
taste of that canned food artisans enjoy so much and I loved it. I wish I were able to afford some of it, if only for my wedding feast. Alright, well,
I'd
so you
like
want
to put
some
before a townsperson.
tons of canned food? 14 tons of canned food
You
for
ready?
her wedding. Okay, but sure, we'll give it to
Keen
her
as a
because
free leg
she will give us something in return. Let's have a look. Now, hop seeds. Productivity minus 15%, but it will provide hops fertility in the area. So we don't have the capability to grow hops on this island, but with that item we actually can. So for now we're getting all of our hops from here.
May we see these shores again.
But we might be able to fix that. Alright, so these people have everything they want. For now we only have farmers here because we're just running farms and that's it.
The fire left ruins behind.
Alright, so the fire is over. We can rebuild.
Your city
It has
grown
rebuilt
more beautiful.
everything. Alright. So what do we need? We have a lot of workers, but we definitely need to upgrade some farmhouses. Let's see which farmhouses we can upgrade. We can upgrade these ones. There we go. Now these guys we cannot upgrade because
worse.
they don't have complete access to a market. These guys do. So they could be upgraded into the artisans. And we're going to need quite a few more artisans before we unlock the fur coats, the hospital, and so on. Now we have a zoo, or we could make a zoo, but for now we only have a jaguar and that's it. So it will be very, very small zoo. And it's not worth the investment. Now once we do get access to the zoo, we're going to build it somewhere where we have a lot of space to expand. And then we're going to go on a lot of expeditions to make sure that we get all of it. Or as many animals as we can anyway. These guys are slowly regrowing because they've just been rebuilt after the fire. Eventually these two will be able to be upgraded as well. Now as for our farmers, I think we will have to get some workers over in this area as well. And why not? These guys are closer to the factory, so we can upgrade this area, I suppose. We don't need as many farmers as we have. There we go, and we need some workers to upgrade into artisans. Ship has entered the region, alright, there we go. Good. She's going to go there and drop things off. This is about the fire, that's old news. We're making some trades, and that is very nice. We could, maybe, let's have a look at our goods. Alright, so fish is going down. We could build another fishery. Now, in between this video and the last video, a very useful feature has been added. Now, if we click on a warehouse, like this one, there is now a button with statistics. If we open it up, we get an overview of all of our islands. In the New World, in the Old World, all the other instances we can go to, and we can go to the Production tab. And here we can check the balance of things. Now this is all the goods. That is not interesting. The most important thing is consumer goods, because that is what makes people happy. Now down here is the production in green. This is how much we produce at any given time. In blue, up top, is the need. So this is how much is actually being consumed at any time. So essentially, we are building as much fish, or we are consuming as much fish as we are building. We are consuming a little bit less schnapps than we are producing. Same for, this is a problem. We can see we consume 12 cloves, but we only produce 10. So if we produce another factory for that, then we should be in the clear again. So let's have a look. We have a lot of, like, it's all spread out. This definitely should be rearranged. And we have a trade union over here, bakery, that's nice. Do we have anything else we can put here? The productivity for the hops. This should definitely be more centralized. It's a bit of a mess. I'm getting all the pigs in one area, that is good. But yeah, and we have plenty of, well, this is all spread out as well. This is definitely, at some point, if I could redo this again, I'm not going to do that for now, but that should definitely have been rearranged. For sure. Actually, we have a sheep farm over here, so maybe build another sheep farm. Right there. Drag out the road a little bit, and then we'll add one over here, and this road is just one tile too long. Alright, now we could add a silo to this, but basically this framework knitter and the sheep farm, it's basically one-on-one. I'm not too worried about that, on how that works out. So we're going to add another framework knitter over here, and that should solve our problem for now. Let's go back. Production, consumer goods. This should now go back into the clear. Now, sausages are even. We are eating as much as we are producing. We are making more bread than we are using. However, the soap...
How about the contract for the Emporium Exotique?
Oh, escort quest. We don't have any ships that can do that, so we are going to decline. The only ship that could have done that is on an expedition right now. So, yeah. So bread, soap, We are only taking up 1. We are producing 2 out of 6. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I'm assuming that the soap factories are not getting everything that they need. And we need to have a look at that. So we have the Snaps distilleries.
We can't shut the
Soap. Ah, okay. So that's another thing actually that isn't always easily seen. We have a complete full load of soap. So these guys cannot actually get rid of their own storage.
It's a surprise inspection.
And so they stop producing. Now we could upgrade this one, and I think we should, because it delays everything too much. Alright. Next. Production. This is extremely useful though, by the way, like, yeah. Now, beer is also even. The canned goods, we are eating less than we are producing. I'm assuming that's also because we're full.
One final look.
Sewing machines, producing more than we are using as well. Rum is at -1, but that's because, well, we're not producing it here, so...
Oh heavens, I thought you were the photographer.
Right, so we have a rum shortage that ends up in the newspaper, plus 10% of the need consumption. That kind of sucks, but we're going to keep it. We have hopefuls depart on an expedition. We get +5 happiness for that, and a +5 happiness because renovations boost the city appeal. So overall it's not that bad. Meanwhile, I see another quest has popped up on the minimap. Urban Grog is
This
here.
must appear
Touring
ungrateful.
incidental music he
What with
composed for
all
a
I
modernist
already have.
masterwork. If I do not faint, please, I beseech you, will you introduce us? He is sure to be in front of the theater.
From this
From that
bright
we
moon,
get an
I am
item,
yet
so
greedy for starlight.
that is very good. Now we have one theater, and there he is. And I wonder what we're getting.
Rainbows follow you.
Handler, cargo slowdown, -20%. Ah, that's pretty good actually. That's another thing we might want to have in the clipper. And that reminds me, we have the clipper over here. Cannot get rid of all of it. That kind of sucks. Maybe we can put some bricks in over here. Almost full.
Good and ready.
Yeah. Should we build a depot here maybe? Because that takes up some bricks. Increases the storage. And we could do the same thing over here, because we need to have a good surplus of rum. Alright, so that's... Alright, so that took care of all of the bricks, because of course the actual storage also applies to the bricks, so... Perfect. Let us make a trade route. Trade routes? Trade routes. We will go from La Garida to the Old World, to the island of Nimster. Here we are going to load up rum. 50 tons of it. We are going to unload it there. We are going to add the ship called Toto. And we are going to call this NW for New World /OW Rum 1. Alright, and off it goes. Now we have pirates over here. I don't think we are at war with them. Actually, we are at war with them, but we are in a ceasefire. So in an hour and 25 minutes we are going to be at war again. So we have an hour and a half of time to make sure that we get some warships over here. Now the way we get the warships, of course, is by making sure we get more artisans. Because for now, let us have a look. Yeah, ship of the line. For that we need 750 artisans. So this is extremely good and useful, but we are not making any weapons. That we need a lot of. So we will mill... Yeah, we're building a weapon factory. We are placing that over here somewhere, I guess. Fits in right there. Seems like we already had one, but it's missing goods. We can upgrade this building. Alright, so we are missing goods. What are we missing? Let us have a look. We have iron ore going down, but mostly the problem is coal. We have a coal deposit, but we actually can build a mine here. That is perfect. Alright, do you have access to... Yes, you do. Alright, so every 15 seconds, I think. Yeah, this guy is producing coal. Depositing it over here. And hopefully that will be enough to power our 2 weapon factories. Luckily, our balance is still good. We're still up in the thousands. Now, iron also goes down by -1. How many iron mines do we have? We have another one over here. Do we want to build one of those? For now, let's just see where it goes, I guess. Alright. We can upgrade some of the farmhouses, or the worker houses, I mean, into artisans. Because we need a lot more of them. We can upgrade all of the houses in the back here. And then we don't have the materials that we need. Alright, Anno Chronicles. Where is our queen? Breaking news. Her Majesty the Queen seems to have vanished. No official statement has been released as yet, but Her Majesty's steward, Sir Archibald Blake, appeared frantic when seen descending the palace steps this morning. Alright, so that opens up a new expedition for us to go to another area, another instance. And I happen to know that that one houses an enormous island. It's really beautiful as well. And we get access to a ship with a diving bell, which is even cooler, because then we can start diving for treasure, rare sea creatures, and so on and so on. Right, we are almost to the point that we can start making ships of the line, clippers, and so on. Oh, we need to upgrade one more house, at the very least. There we go. Now, that still doesn't unlock the fur coats, but that is fine, because for now we can focus on having a look. Yeah, alright, so we would need 60 tons of timber, 30 tons of sails, and 30 tons of weaponry. Now, we do have the 2 weapon factories. This one has too many transports, but we don't have the capability to upgrade it right now. Eventually we will. How many... Alright, so this is a steelworks, this is a furnace, we have another steelworks, another furnace, so we have 2 furnaces. I'm thinking we would need at least 1 more furnace to keep up with the production. So let's have a look, maybe we can figure something out at raw materials. This is going down by -1, this is not doing anything, it's even. Intermediate products. Steel. Oh, we should check it out in production actually, I'm looking in the wrong tab. Intermediate products. We use 5 out of 6, we are only making 2 out of 4. Yeah, that is a problem. So for sure, we need to upgrade that building. We need more iron. Coal we are getting, hopefully we are getting enough coal for now. Now let's have a look over here. We have coal deposits on this island as well. That is really useful. We need to have 50 workers, however. That is something we do not have. Right, meanwhile, let us check out some of the other minor islands that are still open and available to us. Niter is something we are going to need. Limestone, copper, zinc, iron ore. Do we have copper anywhere? We have copper on this island, that is good. We have limestone over here, 4 oil springs, coal deposit, iron deposit, and clay. So, yeah, I'm thinking we would definitely need to settle this island. It's for in the future, but
love in your heart.
we are definitely going to need it at some point, so we are going to work on that. I'm going to build a clipper. Well, we need 40 tons of wood for that. We only have the small ships going around here. Yeah, we're going to have to settle in and wait a little bit until we get that material that we need. We could actually, because I think we only have 2 of these producing at the moment. No, there's another one. Not entirely sure what it is producing for, but we can make... Right there. I knew I saw one that was 100% and didn't have any waiting time. There we go. We'll have a sawmill. Right there. And I think we have 150 tons of raw wood. We can sell that. We don't need that much. We can say we want to keep 30 tons in store for now. Sell the rest because that is way too much. Is there anything else? We have a lot of red peppers and beef. We can sell some of that as well because we need to make some money. Let's say we want to keep 70 tons in storage. That is a fine buffer. Potatoes we can sell until we have 50, I guess, because it's very cheaply and easily made. I don't care too much if we run low on that. Glass we can sell as well, down to, let's say, 75. There we go. And everything else we are going to keep for now. Alright. That should help us out a bit. Meanwhile, we have the things we need to build a clipper. Hopefully, at some point, we are going to sell a lot more so that we can get some more money in our treasury. We have a positive balance and that does help. But I definitely need more than this. Now, for the new world, let's have a look and see how things are progressing over here.
I always believed.
They have everything they want. That is perfect. Now, rum is being taken away from the other islands. We are here at the stable. 16 tons of rum. However, the fried plantains are going down, so that is something we need to fix. We can actually make that over here. Let's build another fish oil factory. Now we need another plantain plantation. We can build that next to the road right there. Should be absolutely fine. And we'll drag this out towards the back. And then
We careen into the unknown.
drag that over here. And then finally we need a fried plantain kitchen, which we'll build right there. And this is something that we need to take care of, but we are running low on farmers. So let us drag out a few more houses. There we go, and now let's pay some attention to our expedition. The Mountain Maw. Your sailors face the mountain without a map. After racing from guide to guide through the depths of the mountain range, the crew find themselves devoid of a chaperone. The guide supposed to take them on the last leg hasn't shown up at the time you agreed. Forget what initial goal you had in mind. Getting off the snow-topped peak is the only priority now. Right, so we can retrace our tracks, but this will lead to a massive morale loss. We could traverse the mountain on our own, and we have a bonus success chance of plus 25% because we have the, well, something of the ship, or the ship itself, and this crewmate. So let's go ahead and do that. Your navigators make do without a guide. They take note of landmarks as they progress, relying on their compasses to follow a single direction, staying put during the night despite their dwindling supplies. At long last, they find a stream of melted snow and follow it downhill to the foot of the mountain. The crew survived, but it was a tough effort. But there is no morale loss. Well, every event comes with a bit of morale loss, but we will provide some extra rations, so we only lose 4 morale out of 100. And they can continue on. That went really well. Alright, let us make sure that we have a few more
Ceasefire
peasant
has
houses. Alright, so we have, yeah, we can fit some houses over here like that. Now everyone has access to a road. Perfect. Alright, so we've been playing for a little while now. I think it's about time to put a cut into this video. I don't see a ship on the trade route. That's probably because it's here unloading. Yep, there it is, with 50 tons of fresh new rum. And I forgot to add the item into it, but that is the last official thing we can do for today. We have an item here that should help us out. Cargo slowdown minus 20%. Now this clipper only can have one item. So since it's going to carry large amounts of stuff, having a minus 20% slowdown reduction is actually quite powerful. And also this is going into the wind, and that's why it's slower as well. So the wind keeps turning and twisting, of course. Now, how are things looking with our next clipper? We need another almost 3 minutes before it's finished. Then we can load it up with some construction material, sail it over to this little island that has niter, because, well, I don't see any other islands that we could settle that are better for us. It's only this island and this island that we could still settle. Now this one is primarily interesting because of the copper and the zinc, both of which we are going to need. The limestone we also need. This one only has clay deposits. I think we're going to settle both of them because, well, just looking up, like every other island has been settled already by either Bente, by George Smith, or by Carl Leonard von Malchi. Now we need to try to get on this guy's good side as well. So let's try to flatter him. That's good, because this guy, this is a medium AI. This one also, but he's a little bit easier to maintain good relationships with.
Little wonder I'm deaf when folk keep
This guy though
sugar
is
in my ears.
it's a bit. Oh crap! Hold on. No, 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 no! Come back. I was too late. Items, handler. There we go. And now you can continue on your route. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again for the next episode. That would be amazing. Yeah, I hope I will see you for the next one, because I now fully intend to continue this series until we reach all the way to the Land of Lions, the Arctic, and every other instance. That would be really, really cool. Anyway, see you guys later.